Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to a news cycle on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Uyi Agbofwebe. A quick reminder to our viewers that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and free to air on Nigecomsat. The military high command has provided an insight into what transpired between terrorists and personnel attached to Forward Operating Base Sabongari area in Damboa local government area of Borno State. It confirmed that 6 soldiers lost their lives during the encounter, while 34 terrorists who had attempted to surprise the troops and retaliate the recent killing of their commander and combatants were eliminated. It was earlier reported that 4 days after Boko Haram terrorists had overrun the military base, many soldiers were still unaccounted for, a development stakeholders within the security circle described as worrisome. The United Nations Deputy Secretary General Amina Mohammed is set to begin a 2-day official visit to Nigeria beginning from tomorrow. The National Information Officer, United Nations Information Center, Oluseyi Shoremeku, said during her stay she would hold discussions with President Bola Tinubu, senior government officials, and the leadership of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS. Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has vowed that the 50 individuals detained for vandalizing manhole covers on Abuja roads would face prosecution. This comes after the Nigerian Police Command in the territory announced the detention of 50 suspected vandals who were caught with 25 manhole covers and solar streetlights. Wike, while reacting to the development in a statement signed by his senior special assistant on public communications and new media, Lere Olayinka, said the detained suspects would face the full wrath of the law to serve as a deterrent to others, emphasizing that no criminal would be spared as they would be prosecuted for economic sabotage and endangering the lives of Nigerians. The National Assembly has set January 31 as the tentative date for passage of the 49.7 trillion naira 2025 appropriation bill presented to its joint session by President Bola Tinubu on December 18, 2024. Chairman of Senate Committee on Appropriations, Senator Solomon Adeola, stated this in Abuja at a meeting with the chairman of standing committees in the Senate. He said January 31 is the date for laying of reports on the appropriation bill before the Senate and House of Representatives, noting that both chambers of the National Assembly will suspend plenary for 2 weeks for budget defense by ministries, departments, and agencies upon resumption from the Christmas and New Year break on January 14. Director General of the National Youth Service Corps, NYSC, Brigadier General YD Ahmed, says Corps members will soon begin receiving a new monthly allowance of 77,000 naira. Speaking at the commissioning of a 32-seater bus in Abuja, General Ahmed highlighted that the newly unveiled bus would alleviate transportation challenges faced by Corps members and NYSC staff within the Federal Capital Territory. He emphasized his administration's commitment to prioritizing the welfare of Corps members and confirmed that all arrangements for the increased allowance have been finalized. President Bola Tinubu has assured Ghana's President John Mahama of his support in driving change and economic prosperity for the people of Ghana. The president stated this during his speech in Accra at the inauguration of Ghanaian leader. President Tinubu, who is also the chairman of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government, said Nigeria, Ghana, and leaders of countries on the continent must commit themselves to building strong economies to uplift the people. The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria has commenced preparations for the 2025 Hajj with a working visit to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Led by the Commission's chairman, Professor Abdullahi Usman, the delegation's visit is at the invitation of the Saudi Ministry of Hajj and Umrah. The Assistant Director of Information and Publications at the Commission, Fatima Usara, disclosed this in a statement. No fewer than 18 people were killed in coordinated attacks across several communities in the Osu local government area of Imo State. The killings occurred in Umokabia, Ozewa, Ihite Nasa, Umuhu, and Amauku, as well as Amebe. Victims were left with deep machete wounds, sparking fear and outrage among locals. Justice KB Olawoyi, presiding over Court 8 of Oyo State High Court, has fixed Tuesday, January 14, to deliver his ruling on the bail application filed by Ooni of Ife's ex-queen Naomi Shelekola, Lahaji Oriyomi Hamzat, and Abdullahi Feshashi. Hamzat is the proprietor of Agidigbo FM, an Ibadan-based radio station, while Fashashi is the principal of Islamic High School, Bashiru, in Ibadan, the state capital. They are currently standing trial over the stampede which occurred during a Christmas funfair at Islamic High School, Bashiru, in Ibadan in December 2024, in an incident that claimed the lives of no fewer than 35 children. Kaduna State government says it will plant 10 million trees in 4 years under its afforestation program. The Commissioner for Environment, Abubakar Buba, who spoke to stakeholders in the state, said the plan is geared towards mitigating the effects of climate change and protecting the environment. The Director General of Nigeria Employers Consultative Association, Adewale Oyerinde, says all the 36 states of the Federation have no justification for not paying the new minimum wage. Oyerinde said state governments have received enough support from the federal government to be able to implement the 70,000 naira minimum wage signed into law in July of 2024. While appearing on the TV program on January 7, 2025, Oyerinde dispelled the claim that some states may not have funds to pay 70,000 naira, stressing that the minimum wage has come to stay. You're watching a live broadcast of News Cycle on Global Television, coming to you from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. When News Cycle returns shortly, we have business, foreign, and sports stories for you. Please don't go away. Thank you so very much for staying with us on the News Cycle. Let's begin this second part of the news with business. China Development Bank has approved a $254.76 million loan to Nigeria to support the completion of the Kano-Kaduna Railway project. This development comes ahead of a scheduled visit by China's Foreign Minister Wang Yi to the West African nation this week. As part of his annual New Year tour of Africa, Wang Yi will arrive in Nigeria on Wednesday and meet with President Bola Tinubu as well as senior government officials tomorrow. The Naira settled lower in the official market amid high demand for the safe haven currency in global financial markets. Central Bank of Nigeria CBN data showed that the Naira depreciated and settled at 1,538 against the greenback in the official market, compared to 1,536 quoted on Monday at the Nigerian foreign exchange market. The Nigerian Naira held steady at 1,660 Naira to the dollar on the black market. And still talking currencies, the Chinese yuan weakened to a 16-month low just ahead of the inauguration of U.S. President-elect Donald Trump. The currency, also known as the renminbi, fell by 0.1% to RMB 7.34 against the dollar, marking its weakest level since September of 2023, as reported by the Financial Times. The decline occurred despite the People's Bank of China maintaining a steady fixing rate in anticipation of Trump's inauguration. And now let's jump to the foreign scene, where the body of former United States President Jimmy Carter has been transferred to the U.S. Capitol in a grand and solemn military ceremony where it will lie in state until a national funeral later this week. Carter, who passed away on December 29, 2024 at 100, served as the 39th president from 1977 to 1981. He was widely celebrated for his post-presidential humanitarian efforts, which earned him the Nobel Peace Prize in 2002. His body arrived at the snow-dusted Capitol following a ceremonious journey from his hometown of Plains, Georgia. Hundreds gathered as Carter's flag-draped casket was carried atop a gun carriage during a funeral procession down Pennsylvania Avenue, retracting the opposite route he took during his 1977 inauguration parade. What a colorful and inspiring way to end a 100-year journey on Earth. Palestinian official says 3 people, including 2 children, were killed in an Israeli airstrike in the occupied West Bank. The Israeli military said the strike targeted militants. Ahmad Assad, governor of the northern West Bank city of Tubas, says the strike hit the nearby village of Tamun, killing a 33-year-old man and 2 children aged 8 and 10, all from the same family. The Palestinian Foreign Ministry condemned the strike, accusing Israel in a statement of harming civilians under the pretext of targeting militants. Yesterday, we told you John Mahama has taken the oath of office as Ghana's new president in a ceremony attended by world leaders. We bring you pictures as you see on the screen now. Mahama was sworn in at Independence Square in Accra, the Ghanaian capital. The Chief Justice of Ghana, Gertrude Tokono, administered the oath of office at the event to the new president who takes over from Nana Akufo-Addo, who succeeded him in 2017. Prior to Mahama's swearing-in, Nana Jane Opoku Agyemang was inaugurated as the country's first female vice president. The duo won the election held in December, with Mahama returning to the post he left 7 years ago with a mission to revive Ghana's ailing economy. Just a bit of an update. We understand that President John Mahama has swung into action, hitting the road from day one, making appointments and setting agenda for the new government. But it's time we get some excitement from sports. The Nigerian Football Federation, NFF, has appointed Mali coach Eric Shaw as the new head coach of Nigeria's senior men's national football team, becoming the 3rd man to be in charge of the Super Eagles since the resignation of Jose Pizarro in March of 2024. The Executive Committee of the Nigerian Football Federation has endorsed the recommendation of its Technical and Development Subcommittee for the appointment of Eric Shaw as head coach of Nigeria's senior men national football team. Let's go beyond Nigeria now. West Ham have cancelled Wednesday's scheduled press conference featuring manager Hewlett Lopetegui, with widespread reports saying the Premier League club are preparing to sack the Spaniard. Former Brighton and Chelsea boss Graham Potter is understood to be close to agreeing a deal to take over as the new boss at the London Stadium. Chelsea are leading the chase to sign Kobbie Mainoo in a sensational deal if the Manchester United midfielder leaves Old Trafford. Chelsea are in pole position to sign the 19-year-old if he cannot agree new terms at United, although there is bound to be competition from their Premier League rivals and big clubs abroad. United have reached a stalemate in contract talks with Mainoo's representatives, alerting Europe's top clubs to the fact that he could be sold this month or at the end of the season. Well, that's a full circle on the news here on Global Television. A quick reminder that we are on DSTV, channel 365, Star Times 276, and free to air on Nigecomsat. We encourage our viewers to follow us and interact with us across social media platforms using at Global TV NG, as well as other handles as you now see on your screen. I'm Uyi Agumofugbe saying a big thank you to you. We will see you very soon.